Okay, this sounds pretty fun. Are we going to talk, I don't know, about the Oedipus complex or something like that? What? No? No, they can't. What the fuck? Hello, my beautiful basilisks. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I've just finished my midterms and I'm really tired and I don't want to get into something that I have to do a lot of research of. So I will be commenting this video that was sent to me via WhatsApp because I think it's something that I have to address because this is really damaging. And this video has a lot of things that I have to discredit because it's terrible. It's just fucking terrible. Let's get into it. A little thing before I start talking about the song itself. This was made by someone from the child-loving group. This is basically a group of pedophiles who calls themselves that because they think that pedophile is an stigmatized word. And of course it fucking is, because it means that you like fucking, or or having relationships with children. And I want to say that not everyone in this group think that that is correct, but this video was made by someone who specifically thinks that. So that's the group of the part of the group I will be addressing. So let's just get into it. Even though this is true, it doesn't mean shit. You can have the brain capacity to do something, but because of your age, you haven't developed it yet. So most of the psychologists agree that children don't start developing their abstract mind, for calling it somehow, till they are 12. And that doesn't mean that when they are 12, they automatically became adults. No, they just start understanding that their actions have consequences, because before that, they almost don't have it. Some kids do, because 12 is a generalization, but most don't. They act because of pleasure, and if they want something, they will act on it. They don't stop and start thinking, is this the correct choice? What I'm doing is fine? No, they just do it because they are children and they don't have the social experience to do those things yet, even though they have the biological capacity for it. But we are social animals, and most of our ways of thinking or of acting are something that needs to be developed socially, and children can't do that just because they haven't existed for long enough. I did a quick research and I wasn't able to find the study they were referring to. If you do, please leave it in the comments because I would like to check it out. But I found others, and I wouldn't say maybe like the vast majority, as this video says, but a very big part of the child sexual abusers are in fact pedophiles. It is true that not all of them. In some cases, it can be something about revenge or sexual dominance or something like that. But I'm not saying, of course, that this means that all pedophiles rape or abuse children, but a big part of them do. So okay, I am not an expert in fallacies, but I feel like this is such a straw man's fallacy. No one is treating kids like subhumans just because you don't let them fuck with a strange older people, okay? And also, obviously, they're not the property of adults, but they are not adults themselves. And that means that they cannot make certain decisions, like having sex with people. And this goes obviously for everything in their lives. You think that most kids, and maybe some of them do, but let's just talk about the vast majority here. You think if you let them choose things, they will go to school, they will eat properly? Well, probably don't, because they will act upon urges and physical feelings, and they will not be like, oh yes, now I should eat my veggies. No, they will feel like they want sugar and they want chips and something and stuff like that. So they are obviously not prepared to make big choices like having sex with people. Ugh. I think there is some kind of movement that also claimed this, that we shouldn't be able to get married or big life decisions like that when we are under 25. And again, this is not how it works. Even though you don't have the full brain or something like that, that doesn't mean that you don't have a social mind. You start developing that mind when you're around 12, and it would lead you to, understanding that your actions have consequences and what you want in life and actual concepts and things like that. But obviously, when you're younger than 12, that doesn't happen. And it probably won't happen when you're younger than maybe 18 or 19. So, yeah. I'm not sure that I understand this concept 100% because I'm not English speaking, but at least the way that I am interpreting it is that just because an adult and a child have a sexual or a romantic relationship is not going to be harmful, and that's false. First, because children before the ages of 12, 13, in most cases even older than that, their bodies are not prepared for sex because they haven't grown yet to develop their sexual attributes. So first, physically it is wrong and it is harmful because their bodies cannot take it, basically. And second, if you talk about like romantic aspects or something like that, yes, because it's a fucking power dynamic. The children doesn't have the same authority or resources or anything as the adult does. So it is obviously an abusive relationship. Even if the pedophile doesn't perceive this in this way, it's an abusive power dynamic. So yeah, it is harmful in all the ways. I just fucking love how after they say this, they put not even one example, because obviously there isn't. If you want a healthy adult-child relationship, it has to come in form of being a parent or a paternal figure or a mentor even, but not a fucking romantic and or sexual relationship, because again, if you have that, there is a power dynamic. So no, there aren't countless examples. There are not any. Okay, first, no, because if you're in an abusive or power dynamic, obviously you can have feelings of abuse, but let's just say for the sake of this argument that there isn't any feelings of abuse. I would like to connect this with the inherent harm thing, because I think that these people don't understand that if something is a social construct, it doesn't mean that it isn't real. Things like homophobia, racism, sexism are social constructs and they are harmful. So what is your argument again? I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree. We should let them decide what t-shirt do they want to wear to school. We should let them decide what birthday present they want. But we can't let them decide that they want to fuck because they can't consent to that, because they don't understand anything about that. So no, maybe you should wait. No, if you love a kid so much that you are in love with someone who can talk about almost anything because they don't understand the world yet, but somehow you're in love with them, just wait a few years. What? Oh, you won't be interested then because it is more difficult to have that power dynamic with someone who, can make choices and stuff. Oh, yeah, I understand it now. Thanks. First, I love that agenda thing. As you don't want your children to be fucked by grown men is an agenda. But I have a lot of thoughts about this line that they're said that the anti-community are not your friends, because I suppose that they are directing this to other pedophiles. And the things I want to say, I think there are a good ending note, so I'll cover them in a few minutes in the end of this video. Even though I agree, I wouldn't say this is 100% true, because they say that we often fuck children and the anti-community is so big. I guess that a really small percentage of them would actually have sexual relationships with children. So yeah, they are right. I mean, some people are not pedophiles and have sex with children because what I said earlier, vengeance or dominance or things like that. So it's not 100% right, but it's also not false. Okay, firstly, I want to talk about how I think this video is so dangerous. I think it is because it's obviously aimed at other pedophiles. So I think it's trying to give them like arguments for feeling good about fucking children or not thinking that there is a problem being sexually attracted to children. And this is obviously very harmful. First, because I think that some pedophiles, and I really want to think that most of them, even though that they are attracted to children, they don't want to act upon it. I really want to think that. And I think this video is trying to tell them that, no, it doesn't matter. You can act upon them because this, and this. So that's really, really dangerous. And second, I'm a psychology student and I want to specialize in sexology. So I think I would love to have a pedophile in my clinic, because this means that it is someone that have this feeling and have these urges and they are conflicted about them, obviously. So they decide to go in front of another human being and telling them these things that they know that most people will have anger or disgust upon them, and they open up about it and they talk about it because they want to solve this problem. And I think that's so brave and it is what they should be doing. And I respect the pedophiles who are actually like that because they don't want to be pedophiles anymore. So having this kind of fuck up content that is telling the brave ones, no, you don't have to change. You don't have to go to the psychologist. You can't fuck children. Look, it's all good. It's all right. No, it is not. Please do not think like that. If you really think that you're a pedophile and you have these feelings of these urges, please go to the psychologist, because you can change and you don't have to harm anyone and you don't have to live like this. So please go and don't let this fucking content change your mind. And I'm sorry, but I'm becoming a little bit sensitive with this topic. So I will end this here. Thanks for watching this video. And I hope you learn a few things at least. And I will like to ask you to have a good day. Bye, till the next video.